Hello and welcome back to another cursive lesson. Welcome, scholars, to your first lesson in cursive in 2021. As you may have noticed, we are actually nearing the end of our packet. We today will work on cursive V and Z. We are going to start actually with lowercase v. So if you want to get your packet ready, we're looking in the middle of the page. Set your pencil down. Watch me with a trace and try. Starting at the baseline, curving up to the middle dotted line, drop down, quick curve up to the middle dotted line, kick out tail. Watch me. Remember, that means pencils are down. Starting at the baseline, curving up to the middle dotted line, quick drop down, quick curve up to the middle dotted line, kick out tail. Let me show you another pair. Watch me do one more trace and try pair, please. Starting at the baseline, slanting to the middle line, quick drop down, quick curve up to the middle dotted line, kick out tail. Starting at the baseline, slanting to the top line, quick drop down to the baseline, quick curve back up to the middle dotted line, kick out tail. All right, scholars, pencils up. You can join me. Let's try a trace together, starting right here. Slanting to the middle dotted line, quick drop to the baseline, quick curve back up to the middle dotted line, kick out tail. All right, let's try one together. Starting at the baseline, slant to the middle line, quick drop down to the baseline, quick curve back up to the middle dotted line, kick out tail. All right, here we go. Starting at the baseline, slant to the middle line, quick drop to the baseline, quick curve back up to the middle dotted line, kick out tail. All right, we're tracing another one. Here we go. Starting at the baseline, slanting to the middle line, drop to the baseline, quick curve back up to the middle dotted line, kick out tail. All right, one more pair of trace and try together. Here we go. We're starting at the baseline, slanting to the middle line, quick drop to the baseline, quick curve to the middle dotted line, kick out tail. All right, we are at the baseline. We're trying one more together, slanting to the middle line, drop to the baseline, quick curve back up to the middle dotted line, kick out tail. All right, scholars, you have one here to trace and then at least 6 of them to try on your own. Then you're going to have 2 of the word never, save, and over to write. A quick reminder, you write the whole word without picking up your pencil. So as you write never, right, you're going to do the 2 camel humps with the N. That kick out becomes the loop of the E. That kick out becomes the up and over, drop down, quick curve back up to the middle dotted line. That kick out tail becomes the E. Then that kick out tail becomes the R, slant, curve in, kick out tail to make the word never. So be sure you're watching that kick out tail of the V becomes the E, right? So save, right? Slant, belly, kick out becomes the lead for the A, right? The up and over, swing back around, close the A, kick out tail becomes the slant of the V, drop, quick curve up to the middle of that line. The kick-out tail of the V becomes that E. And then the kick-out tail of the E is the end of that word. So remember, at least two of never, save, and over. Press pause and work on trace and try at least 6 V's, and then 2 of never, save, and over. And then let's meet up at the Z's. All right, how did you do with your V's and your never, save, and over? Hopefully those look all right. If you turn the page and go to the other side, we are at lowercase z. Writers, lowercase z starts in much similar way to the lowercase v. So set your pencil down for a moment. I'd like you to watch me trace and try a couple of these. Listen carefully to my directions. So tracing the Z, I start at the baseline. I slant up, curve, tuck in, a little hop, and a loop. Watch me make one. Starting at the baseline, slant to the middle line, curve, tuck in, little hop, and a loop. Watch me again, please. Starting at the baseline, slant to the middle line, curve and tuck in, little hop, and the loop. Watch me. I start at the baseline, slant up to the middle line, curve and tuck in, the little hop, and the loop. Now, scholars, before you pick up your pencil and join me, it's very easy on this one. I'm going to show you an incorrect one. A lot of people, when they make this, go like this, right, and tuck it in, a lot like you're making an N or an M, which works. But then they make the hop, and then they do the curve way back here. So it ends up really going a lot this way, which it should not. So don't do that. Remember, it should really be lined up in a nice line like this. When you look at these, that's a nice line. So remember, you're just learning, but that's something to keep in mind as we're practicing. Let's give it a try. Pencils up. Are you ready? Tracing. So we're starting right here. Slanting to the middle line. Curve and tuck in. Little hop. Little loop. Starting at the baseline. All right, we're going to make one now. Here we go. Starting at the baseline. Slant up to the middle line. Curve and tuck in. Little hop. And the loop. Starting right here at the baseline. Slant up to the middle line. Curve and tuck in. Little hop. Loop. All right, let's try tracing your second one with me. Are you ready? Here we go. Starting at the baseline. Slant up to the middle line. Curve and tuck in. Little hop. Loop. Right, everyone getting that little hop in there okay? All right, let's do one more trace and try it together. Starting right here at the baseline on a trace. Slanting up to the middle line. Curve and tuck in. The little hop. And the loop. Makes the kick out tail. Right. Starting right here at the baseline, we're making one more together. Here we go. Slanting up, curve and tuck in, little hop, loop. All right. So now, scholars, you have one to try and at least six to write here. And then you're going to do the word zooms, does, and zigzag. And I'd like you to notice what I was just talking about up here, I think happened on some of these. So we're going to see if we can make them even better than they did. So zooms, right? I'm starting at the baseline, slant to the middle line, curve and tuck, little hop, and my loop becomes the up and over of the O. That kick out becomes the over for the next O. That kick out tail, remember, becomes the first hump of the M. So I already have just right there one hump. And the second hump and the third hump. That kick out tail becomes the S. So two zooms. Does, right? We're going to start at the baseline, up and over, swing back around, touch the top, back to the baseline. That kick out tail becomes the up and over of the O. Swing back around, close the O. That kick out tail, everyone, becomes the over and then the curve and tuck of the Z. Then that little hop and loop and the E makes does. So you want to write does 2 times. And then zigzag. We start with that up and over. Sorry, not the up and over. We start at the baseline with our slant, over and curve, tuck in, the little hop to make the loop, goes right into the I, the tail of the I goes right into the up and over of the G, come down to make that loop. We're going to pick up our pencil and dot the I and make our dash. Then we're going to do zag. So starting at the baseline, slant to the middle line, curve and tuck, little hop, make our loop, and then our tail of the Z loop becomes the up and over of the A. Close that out. The tail of the A becomes the up and over of the G. Then we make the loop of the G, kick out tail, and we're done with zigzag. So scholars, you are writing 2 right, of the lowercase z. Sorry, 7 of the lowercase. Oh my goodness. At least 6 of the lowercase z. 7 with the one you trace. And then 2 zooms, 2 of does, and 2 zigzag. All right. Then we'll continue with the uppercase letters. Good work, scholars.